A judge model gives every answer a neat score. The dashboard turns green, the release moves forward, and only later does the team discover that the judge was rewarding politeness instead of operational correctness. This is Lesson 24 in Claude Code, Production AI Agents. We are using LLM as Judge seriously, as a calibrated instrument, not a magic approval stamp. Lesson 23 showed how to evaluate agent trajectories. Now we look at the evaluator itself, what it measures, how it drifts, when humans anchor it, and when its judgment should not be trusted. The core idea is this: an LLM judge is an instrument that must be calibrated. That means you need more than final answers. You need artifacts, traces, checks, and operating rules that let a team compare yesterday, today, and the next release. The visible artifact is the judge calibration board. It has 5 parts: rubric, calibration set, human anchor, drift check, cost budget. Those parts turn a fuzzy discussion into a concrete review conversation. This part of the visual map matters because it shows the actual moving pieces: judge model, rubric prompt, human calibration, judge drift, multi-judge panel. If one of those pieces is invisible, the team will struggle to operate the workflow under pressure. Use this checklist before treating the workflow as ready: rubric, calibration set, human anchor, drift check, cost budget. These are not decorative boxes. They are the operating questions that decide whether the agent can be trusted outside a demo. In practice, this example has 4 parts: circular judging, rubber stamping, drift, cost surprise, vague criteria. The point is to make the agent's work inspectable rather than asking everyone to trust a polished final answer. Score the design against this rubric: rubric, calibration set, human anchor, drift check, cost budget. A weak score does not mean the idea is useless. It means the workflow needs stronger boundaries before it becomes production work. Day 2 is the real test for LLM as Judge. Done seriously, a new model version, tool version, policy update, or data set change enters the workflow. The team should be able to compare the new run with the previous run, inspect the evidence, and decide whether the difference is improvement, regression, or noise. Without that comparison path, the agent may change faster than the organization can understand. Use this implementation checklist before expanding scope: judge model, rubric prompt, human calibration, judge drift, multi-judge panel. Each item should produce a concrete artifact, not only a meeting note. If the artifact cannot be inspected later, it will not help during review, audit, or incident response. Block release when these risks appear: circular judging, rubber stamping, drift, cost surprise, vague criteria. A blocked release is useful information. It tells the team where the system needs stronger evidence, better calibration, narrower scope, or clearer ownership before it reaches production users. Before a leader approves wider rollout, answer 3 questions in plain language. What decision will this evidence support? Who owns the signal when it disagrees with human judgment? What happens if the signal is wrong during a real incident? These questions connect LLM as Judge, done seriously, to accountability instead of turning it into another dashboard or checklist that nobody trusts when pressure rises. A useful mental model is thermometer that can drift. It reminds us that measurement is only useful when the instrument is understood, maintained, and read in context. Otherwise, the dashboard can create confidence without control. Our worked example is a multi-judge review for support answer quality. In that workflow, the important pieces are judge model, rubric prompt, human calibration, judge drift. The agent can still be creative, but the system around it must make the important behavior inspectable. The build sequence is simple. Define what good means, capture the evidence, run the check before release, store the result, review failures, improve the workflow, repeat. That loop is slower than a one-off prompt, but it is how agent systems become dependable. Use the readiness rubric, calibration set, human anchor, drift check, cost budget. If a team cannot point to each part, the release is relying on hope. Hope is not an operating model. The common mistake is asking a vague judge prompt whether the answer looks good. It feels efficient because it avoids upfront work. It becomes expensive when the agent regresses, drifts, or fails, and nobody can explain why. Let us recap Lesson 24. For LLM as judge, done seriously, define the signal, capture the path, review the evidence, and connect the result to a release decision. Quality should be visible before trust is requested. The lesson learned is this: an LLM judge is an instrument that must be calibrated. A production agent earns trust when quality, risk, and history are visible. Subscribe for Claude Code Production AI Agents. The companion book is linked in the description. In Lesson 25, we move into observability, traces, spans, and agent timelines.